Hello friends, this is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Good morning and welcome to your reading. Today I have a special reading for you called What Are Your Most Beautiful Radiant Qualities? Where do you shine so hard and why? Okay, so I want to give you guys a reading to uplift your energies during these challenging times. We want to focus on trying to access our highest vibrations. We know that sometimes, things are gonna feel tough and challenging, but to the extent that we can, we want to try to stay in high vibrational energy so that we can get the most out of what's happening lately. But I do understand, if you don't feel that way. So I just want to, be real about that too. But with that said, let us, some of you might be warriors, in the, in the sense that you're able to face lower vibrational energy. You're able to face it in yourself and in others and help transmute that too. So, I want to leave space for everyone in this reading. So please, if you enjoy my reading, like, share, and subscribe. But for right now, let's look at our piles. So we have Amber for pile number 1. We have Cat's Eye for pile number 2. We have Serpentine for pile number 3. And we have Raw Emerald for pile number 4. So let your intuition guide you. This is meant to be affirming and validating for you. So if you start listening to your pile and you don't feel it's you, stop what you're looking at, clear your energy, take a deep breath, and choose another pile. Or maybe you just want to listen to multiple piles, and that's completely fine too. So in the description below, I will have the timestamps linked so you can go straight into your piles. And with that being said, let us go ahead and start with pile number 1, okay? So for pile number 1, the question here, and you chose the amber if you were in pile number 1, our question today is, what is your most beautiful radiant qualities? Where do you shine so hard and why, okay? So let's take a look. Ooh, we're gonna get into this card. Just got chills. Oh. Wow, okay, I've got chills for you, pile number 1. You definitely are very radiant in multiple areas of life. I'm getting a fire water vibe for you here with the Queen of Fire, okay, and the Ace of Water. Your most beautiful qualities and where you shine so hard are that you guys are healers, okay? So this, I also chose an energy, a spiritual energy that will crown your reading, like a crown chakra. What is your most beautiful and radiant quality from a crown chakra perspective? And you guys got Archangel Raphael and Master Hilarion. So Archangel Raphael is all about healing. It's emotional healing and clearing. It's physical healing, anything that has to do with healing. It's energetic healing for others just by simply holding the resonance of who you are and how you walk in the world. You are emotionally healing for others. You might be in some kind of healing or health profession. You might help people reach their health goals. You might help people become more mentally healthy by something that you do, like helping people build perseverance and build strength. Those are also ways that this energy can come across as well. So I'm seeing that, you know, I keep hearing the Book of Life, and I do feel like the Book of Life to me is I've never even thought of a Book of Life before, but the Book of Life is like, how do we live our most, high vibrational life, right? So our health is aligned, our mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual health is aligned. So I can see that that is something that is very important to you from a spiritual perspective, and that you have Master Hilarion and Archangel Raphael working with you to help you bring that energy in for yourself, and also to bring that energy to others that you interact with. I feel like you might work with many healing modalities. I feel like this area of your life has no end or boundary to it. I feel like it's just overflowing with vitality, right? It's just this area of healing and helping others with their healing is just a never ending, there's never ending progress for you here, pile number one, I feel like, with that. And with the Ace of Water, we can see that, and again, this could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So you might be Sun, Moon, or Rising, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But beyond that, you know, to me, it's like, you know, you always think of manna from heaven, right? Like the bread coming down from heaven and nourishing people. In this case, it's like water, you know, and this is, again, Ace of Cups is a master healer. This is somebody who is able to give and receive love easily. This is somebody who can basically, like, you might be a water witch too. You might have a strong affinity with water. You might tap into some of those gifts when you are near the water, those calming, healing, vibrational energies when you're near that. I also see that you guys are also very clairvoyant, okay? So you can see, and maybe in your dreams, you can see into other dimensions with some of your gifts. You have a very, very well-developed third eye, and you're able to clear your third eye if it's like gets, you know, weighted down with with other people's emotional gunk or your own. So yeah, I feel like you guys are definitely healers. Also, with the Queen of Fire here, you guys are confident rule breakers. This Queen of Fire is telling me, and you can see there's water in the back here. So the Queen of Fire is fire, water. So all the queens are really associated with water and the internal process. And so, but you have so much, you are a passionate rule breaker too. And I normally wouldn't associate the Queen of Fire with, or the Queen of Hearts with being the Queen of Hearts. Maybe you're the Queen of people's hearts too, with being, you know, watery, or being a rule breaker. But I do feel like you are a rule breaker, and you work in the realm of taboo, and that is a very radiant quality. Like, you have an ability to stand in the fire and stand in the storm and draw energy from it and give that to others, okay? So you guys really, I feel like there's very much like panther like energy with you guys. If you guys maybe after this reading click off and look up panther animal totem, because I also feel like, you know, you resonate with that energy as well, and it's part of your radiance and your magnetism that you draw towards you. This quality of being able to go off on your own and do your own thing, and to be able to survive on your wits, your ability to patiently wait, right, in situations to see what's going to happen, and go with your instincts, right? Go with your instincts. This is a very radiant quality that you have. And that feeds into this Four of Air, Jupiter and Libra. So you are very optimistic, and yeah, and I feel very calm right now. You might have a very calming effect on others. It's like this very gentle, this very gentle, sweet energy, right? You might calm other people down. You might know how to soothe the trigger. You might know how to hunt out and find those aspects in others and yourself which need healing, like the deep inner work. And then also share that with others. And I get the sense too with you, pile number one, that you're okay in the moments of silence. You're okay with hanging in the balance of the moment and not needing to artificially push it forward just because you're having a hard time being in that energy. I'm seeing a lot of emotional fortitude with you, pile number one. Very, very much a lot of emotional fortitude and also I just want to say too, I feel like if you're wondering like what aura color that you have or what energy you radiate to others, you have like a very light pink aura, and you radiate this light pink healing energy to others. It's very soothing, it's very gentle, feels like a cold compress, you know, on somebody's head when they've been thinking too much, or they've had you know, they've just basically not been calm, right? And I'm definitely seeing that you radiate this very wonderful light pink energy onto others. And so that's radiant. Other people, even if other people are not energy people and they don't know exactly what you're doing or why they feel the way they do when they're around you, it's there, right? It's totally there. And I think that that's our most radiant selves are the energy signatures that we carry, and things that we've mastered in our lifetime that we can now give to others, right? So with the Advocate here, it says, Saturn, I align with the greater good for all, humanitarian, resourceful, integrous, idealistic, right? I was saying idealistic with this card, resilient, outspoken, opinionated, rebellious. I didn't even read this yet, and I was drawing on this rebellious energy. Rebellious, a champion, supportive, compassionate, democratic, passionately driven and devoted. Okay, maybe it's in politics too. Maybe you are a politically active person and you seek justice for all, and you want everyone to be loved and seen for who they are. With this Advocate energy, the radiance, look at these, it's like these little orbs of light here, and this person with their arm around someone. Like I said, you're such a comforting soul to others, and you're so supportive of others. And you do want the greatest and highest good for people. And you're willing to be somewhat rebellious in your pursuit of that as well. And I love this card here. It says number 3, blame my gypsy soul, right? It's so funny. I just got massive chills right now because, yeah, the reason you're so giving with others and the reason why you always want to step up and share what you have, and you always want to see, like, you want to be a humanitarian, you want to heal others. It's part of that comes from your gypsy soul. Like, you're used to kind of just traveling around and going where you're needed, right? Just, I'm needed over here. I guess I'll go over here, right? And so I definitely think that, you know, your gypsy soul, your gypsy heart has this need to travel, to experience different things, to be with other people, to be with other people's energy. Also with this gypsy energy, I feel like you're not so connected to material things that you feel like you have to have, you know, a gazillion dollars in your own bank account before you help others. I see you giving freely and giving with intention, though. With Saturn, it's not like you're giving just, you know, giving everyone the shirt off your back and going hungry yourself. There might have been some energy around that when you were younger of just giving away the kitchen sink, but I feel that's matured in you now, and you genuinely do want to give, and you're not, you know that you're going to be taken care of, right? With this spirals of manifestation card here, you know that for yourself, you can always manifest more. Look how beautiful that is too. Okay. You might have a very beautiful profile. Your face might be extremely beautiful and gorgeous. I feel like, you know, major dolphin energy with this card here too. Spirals of manifestation. You're able to manifest things pretty quickly. So you're not super concerned that you're going to be penniless and living in squalor because you've given to others. You're like, oh, no. I have endless source that is available to me. I have endless resources available to me. I am protected and guided with Master Hilarion and Archangel Raphael. So I have what I need. You know, there's a part of you, and you don't need to be the wealthiest person or in the room or whatever. You just really want to help people. And you have this energy about you it's funny in a way. Other people, I also get the impression that you can heal through your humor and just through the way that you are. That you're like, you know what? Yeah, I am a gypsy soul. I'm rebellious. I'm different. Like, I show up at a place, I'm wearing a different kind of outfit that everybody else is wearing. I'm dressed up like a hippie. I'm, you know, espousing what I think about the world, etc. And I'm kind of a hippie soul, right? I'm getting that with pile number 1, and that's where you radiate. So with that being said, I'd like to read a little bit something from this gypsy card. And this is from Love Your Inner Goddess. And so if you're a man watching this, you can also love your inner goddess, because men can be goddesses too, or can be with the goddess energy as well. Okay. So it says, you're encouraged to say yes to new opportunities and adventures, ideas, and connections, especially ones that fill your heart with a sense of excitement, okay? There's a wanderlust in your soul, the heart quest for new worlds and amazing experiences. You're supposed to feel this way. You have a gypsy soul that will always seek out something new and different. This is just how your life is meant to be, a divine adventure. And there is an adventure that is meant for you, places to see, people to meet, experiences to have, okay? Be open to what life has in store for you and your gypsy soul. All right. Okay, pile number 1, you gypsy hippies over here. You are always creating something new. You're so creative, right? I just want to touch on that before ending the reading, because with the Queen of Fire here in these spirals of manifestation, you are very creative too. And with the Ace of Cups, oh yeah, you're drawing on like endless creativity and inspiration so that you can step up and help others. Okay, so with that being said, I'm gonna close your reading, pile number 1. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you feel radiant and blessed after your reading. Okay. Now let's move on to pile number 2. So for pile number 2, if you chose the cat's eye, let's find out what are your most beautiful radiant qualities and where do you shine so hard and why? Okay, let's take a look. Whew. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, here are my mermaids. Okay. Oh my God, I just got chills. Look at you, pile number 2. Okay, so these are my mermaids. You got number 33, mermaid soul. Number 33 is an angel number anyway. Let's see if we can read this. Love is not to be blind. It only... it only matters. Only what I see matters or something. But look at this. Look at you beautiful mermaid, you. And look at this sun. My God, look at this sun in this deck. It is the sun, just the sun. The light is on, right? You guys are shine like crazy with this magician card here. This says, I am a master manifester. I am acquisitive, alternative, intelligence, conscious, creative, magical, intuitive, inventive, alchemic, technical, artistic, dynamic, psychological, synthesizing, eccentric, and charismatic. Oh my. Oh my. Look at you guys. Justice. I've been feeling like there are some social justice warriors in my pile this morning. But I also feel like this is just, when this card is talking about psychological, synthesizing, dynamic, right? You are very mentally active, and you are very into fairness and balance in situations, and you're very like I said, very intellectual about how you want things to go and how people should proceed, and you have a very fair sense of justice. If somebody needed to divide the proverbial baby these days, like King Solomon did back in the day, that could easily be you, Libra, because you're very impartial. You look at situations from all sides. You're willing to consider all viewpoints and find the most, the most balanced alternative, okay? So I also pulled like a crowning spiritual energy for you guys. And take a look at your card here. You guys got grounding, right? So I'm definitely, with you guys, I'm seeing real connection to the earth, okay? Real connection to Gaia, to Mother Gaia. Real connection to the qualities of being sincere, fair, having a perspective that reflects the reality of what's happening, care for Mother Nature and all of Mother Nature's creatures, right? With the mermaids here, it's all about that. It's all about that. And also here with this card too, you can see the perfection of your life here with this like nature. You can see nature coming up here too, right? So There is definitely this amazing connection with nature and respect for Mother Nature. Um, and I see, the spiritual world recognizes this about you and blesses you for that. I also see that you are not afraid to be vulnerable. With this grounding, like she's got this, blanket around her knees and her feet, etc., but she's naked pretty much, just soaking up the energies of the earth. And you, pile number 2, have a lot of work that you have done in your life with your root chakra, which is getting through fear, getting through feelings of anxiety and stress, right? And I do feel like in my solar plexus during this reading, I'm feeling some anxiety and some stress. And so I feel like, you have had to weather many storms, and you're very strong and solid. Very strong and solid. And so, these are just like, these are like the veins of life that are like feeding you, I feel like, okay? So yeah, you guys have had to go through a lot of adversity, and I can feel it in my solar plexus. And I do feel like this energy with the King of Fire is burning that off, right? The sun with the solar plexus here and this King of Fire. Like you are, and I just felt it clear, you guys are very good at clearing energy and sending it back down into the earth. And that's a radiant quality that you possess, okay? Once you weigh out a situation and you see that the balance isn't there, or that you can be very impartial in the way that you go about your decisions and trying to be fair and keep things equal, right? But you are able to burn off energy that doesn't serve you. You are able to name that energy and to burn it off quickly. And I just felt that. I felt everything shift. And so that shifting, look at this magician, like, I was just like, I am a master manifester, right? And I love that you've got the bird face here, and you've got the wings, and they're going up to the heavens, and you've got the 3 birds here, and then you've got the rainbow with the pot of gold. It's like so much is happening in this. It's intelligence, it's conscious, it's creative, it's magical, right? And I definitely see with this, the perfection of your life with justice here. With justice, you are able to perfect your life in many ways, right? Like you're able to read when situations have become out of balance, and you're able to set things into balance and perfect situations. Now, we all know that, okay, of course, there is no such thing as perfection, right? And reaching for it is kind of, challenging and doesn't really work out. But I think with you guys, you are very good at subtly adjusting, or maybe sometimes even big adjustments, to bring things into balance, right? And it's not that, you go around like trying to be perfect and do everything perfect. No, I don't see that at all. You're much more realistic than that with this grounding energy. It's just that you are able to take situations, and if there are people that are, getting the short end of the stick, you're going to stand up for that. If there are situations where behavior is not great, you're going to call it out, right? You're going to let somebody know, right? With this fire energy here too, it's like you could be an entrepreneur, you could be a self-starter, You could be somebody who isn't afraid of risking things. You could be very much a risk taker. Like, I'm going to go start my own business. The Magician is number one energy. So it's very like what I would call slingshot energy. It's like where you're just like, I don't know. I'm just gonna pull back on this rein here, and I'm gonna like shoot forward. I'm gonna burst forward. And you see this with the King of Fire. You could also be a self-made person, an entrepreneur, somebody who can take risks, measured risks, right? Somebody who's had successful businesses, somebody who is a boss. With the sun energy, there's also a lot of creativity here too. There's a lot of creativity and openness and expansion for new ideas, right? Especially new ideas with Libra here with Justice. You could be a Libra rising, sun or moon. But you're very self-directed, and I don't see a lot of like resting on your laurels here. You are very motivated and willing to step up and do the work. So I'm definitely getting a masculine energy here too. For those of you that are females that are watching this, I don't, these videos don't have to be just for women or just for men or masculine versus feminine energy, but I do feel like you're very keyed into, when it comes to business, when it comes to career, you're very self-directed and you're not afraid to step it up and take a risk and like be an entrepreneur, start your own business, right? And so I'm definitely getting that too. The perfection of your life, this balance that you're maintaining, and the magic, the everyday magic that you that you entertain and do. It's very dynamic with the sun and the Magician here. It's like, hello, nobody can stop you. You're very dynamic. And then at the bottom of your reading here is this mermaid soul. Like, there is a part of you, I mean, there's all this dynamic, there's all this intellectual pursuits, writing the balance of situations, manifesting, being a magician, going out and starting your own business, doing your own thing, connecting to the earth, right, for inspiration and grounding. But on the other hand, there's this mystical, magical, amazing connection to the mermaids. So if you're a mermaid soul, and I do have a friend who I always call her a mermaid ever since like day one that I met her. I love the mermaid soul. It's number 33 here, which resonates with the angels and also with the ancient lands of Lemuria. So for those of you that are familiar with Lemuria, you may have a connection to Lemuria. Lemuria is a beautiful, like Atlantis was a beautiful ancient society. And there might be these mystical qualities within you where you're a live and let live, right? As much as you are, firm in your principles and willing to call things out that are not fair and not balanced and kind of get situations into balance, there's a mystical, dreamy, creative, inspirational side to your personality where you're like, I'm just gonna go swim in the ocean for a while. I'm just gonna go take a 3-hour bath and, disappear into my bath salts, right? Like, there is a part of you that's very, very gentle, loving, peaceful, that wants to be in this mermaid soul energy. And so I'm going to read a little bit on number 33 here, just whatever I'm drawn to. Let's look at you, you mermaid. You are a rare creature, not entirely of this world. Ooh, I love it. You need to swim in deeper waters of mystery and meaning. Mystery with a magician. Ooh, in those deep places, you can commune with the sacred and be nourished by that which is real and yet cannot be explained. Okay, so I think that, Libra wants to explain everything and wants to approach everything from an intellectual perspective. And as I was reading that, I got this image of someone trying to memorize every single word in a text, okay? And I've been there myself. I know how that feels, but there's a mystical part of you that doesn't want to doesn't want to necessarily read any more texts written by others. It really just wants to dive into these sacred places, these communal places where you can get the energy and receive the downloads on your own, right? And really be guided by your own intuition in all things. And so do pay attention to that side of yourself. That's how you get into your magic. That is a beautiful, radiant part of your soul, as well as all these other elements as well. So thank you so much, pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Okay, moving on to pile number 3, okay? The question is, what are your most beautiful radiant qualities? Where do you shine so hard and why? So if you picked the Serpentine, this is your reading, okay? So let's take a look. Oh my. Oh my gosh. People are having some amazing readings this morning. Ooh. Oh. Oh my God, chills again, chills again. Okay, you guys. Oh, I keep having chills. All right, so where to start here? You guys, your most beautiful radiant qualities. So first of all, you might be a speaker in some regard. You might be inspiring others with your words. You could be training others. You could be showing others the way here. You could be, people like really listen to what you have to say. They really key into you and key into your energy, all right? They, you're a teacher of some kind, and you're very great with communicating. So let's see, words have power. And with the Ace of Swords here, of course they do, right? You're truthful, outspoken, flexible, clear, quick, relatable, friendly, intelligent, open-minded, intuitive, psychological, discriminating, informed, and articulate, okay? So that's a radiant quality about you that people notice right away. And I'm definitely with this divine grace law of efficiency here. I'm picking up on like Virgo energy, maybe, especially with Mercury, sun, moon, or rising in Virgo, okay? It could be Gemini energy as well, or just air sign energy in general, but Virgo is earth. But yeah, I really feel that you guys are very great you're very great speakers, okay? You're intelligent. You might have a very strong vocabulary. You understand the impact of words and what they have. And you've worked very hard on this, I feel like, to sound intelligent, to be intelligent, to present an intelligent perspective to others, to be able to teach others in a way that to offer a perspective to others that is unique and different, right? So I definitely see that you are very efficient with the way that you live your life and communicate as well. Like you keep a good schedule, you keep the channels clear so that you can get new information. You're not one of those people that maybe you were in the past and maybe speech was challenging for you in the past, but I feel like your throat chakra is opening up and has opened up in this lifetime. And I do feel like you are coming into your purpose, right? So here we have priority of purpose. So when I think of the law of efficiency, it's like, what is my highest and best use? How do I tap into, like, what am I supposed to be doing? What am I supposed to be sharing? What am I supposed to be teaching? You are going to become, or are becoming, or have become very directed, okay? very, very directed in what you say and what you do. And good on you, pal number 3, because I can be very wordy and verbose and say things over and over, even though it's just the same thing. It's kind of like stream of consciousness talking. I get for you, pal number 3, that you're very intentional about what you say to others and how you communicate. And that's wonderful. I'm not seeing a lot of like, you know, kind of lollygagging around and telling story upon story or going down different rabbit holes. It's like, no, you are very directed in your purpose, and you're very focused with your attention, okay? And a lot of people have a lot to learn about that. I get that when you're around other people and you carry that energy, you help other people with that too. And I do have a friend like that. She's very directed in how she communicates and focuses in on conversations. And I find it reining me in and keeping me focused as well too, and not going down into the well of emotional conversations, right? Like you could be like, just the facts, please. You know, we're talking about this right now, and we stumbled upon this question, right? And so we didn't stumble upon it. We intentionally discussed it. Now we're going to carry the conversation through. So there could be an energy that you're holding there for other people that keeps people directed and focused and efficient. And that's radiant. That is very beautiful. I also see with the 3 of fire here is you like to travel. You like to go off and do things on your own. You're very independent. You're very connected to like what your spirit is calling you to do. You're not getting like weighed down by what everyone else wants you to do. I can see this is Sun in Aries, so you could be in Aries. You could have Aries like qualities of being very self-directed, self-led. You're very good at just going off and being a pioneer and pursuing things on your own. Like you're fine, you know, and I see that here too with the look at this person walking out and by themselves, completely by themselves, looking to this huge planet. Maybe you are very good at, yeah, like I said, going off and doing things on your own, and you inspire others. There's some people like when they're the only person around and there's nothing else, some people crumble under that. Like they need somebody else's energy around them at all times. They need input from others at all times, and they really need like, you know, companions constantly. You're kind of a woman or a man to yourself. So yeah, I'm getting Aries and Virgo energy here. There's a part of you that's just like very self-directed and independent and not afraid to go off on your own. And I see that with the Ace of Swords here, or the Ace of Air here. It's like, as well, you're willing to just try something new, go down a new path, try a new line of thinking. And I think that energy, when you bring that to your circles of friends, to the people that you are around, they're very inspired by that. You could keep a very good schedule too with this law of efficiency. Like you keep a good schedule, you're inspiring with the way you keep yourself on track and keep yourself moving. With Saturn and Pisces, I just have to laugh when I see this card. I feel like you have experienced the vastness of, you know, what it's like to, I don't want to laugh about it. I feel like you have a good sense of humor too, pile number 3. But I feel like, you know, if you woke up on an island like Tom Hanks style and you were by yourself and literally nobody else there, like you'd be like, all right, well, this is kind of fucking crazy, but like I can do this, you know, like you have that kind of energy about you. And also too, like this card, if you guys can see it, is just stunning, right? This is the 8 of Cups. You can walk away from situations that are not serving you. You're very practical about that. But I also see a side of you that with Saturn and Pisces, it's like wants to ward off the chaos. Like the reason you have these schedules and you're able to go off and do things independently and travel and do all of that is because, you know, it's like you don't want to have just energy that is lost and aimless taking you over, right? You rally against that. Your soul rallies against that. There's a lot of people who can kind of go down weird begotten paths, and you're like, okay, I have done that. I feel like it's something, you know, your soul has done in the past, and that's why you know about that journey, you know about that energy, and you're willing to, in this lifetime, you're like, no, though, I've done that. I've been down that path. I'm all about speaking my truth in a very concise and clear way in this lifetime, and helping others see new perspectives, and kind of doing my own thing, right? And those are radiant qualities that you embody here. And so you also have number 31, which is trust yourself, okay? So this face on here is very determined, right? And it's, look at the face, it's a very, very determined. So I think what you're being drawn into here is, and also this energy of being okay being on your own and doing your own thing. It's like you have everything that you need in this lifetime. There's certain things you don't have to worry about in this lifetime. You're taken care of in certain ways. And so it's like, from this point on, just trust yourself, okay? Trust the directions that you want to go. And you do. These are your radiant qualities. So you do trust yourself. And that's something that, you know, there's a practicality and assurance in the way that you go about your life that is inspiring to other people, and it's very radiant, right? It's very inspiring and radiant to others. So here we have priority of purpose. So what do I do first? What comes first? What with the Sun in Aries, it's like, I'm coming first, you know, and that's okay. Like, if you're gonna come first, that's good, actually. And then you can give, you know, then you're able to give to others, give advice, give perspectives, give rationale, help others think through things, right? But yeah, priority of purpose, what comes first, is something that you're very good at, you've mastered. And so let's look at this priority of purpose. Remember that saying no is just saying not right now rather than never. There is a higher plan for your life that includes all your passions. You can do it all, but just not all at once. Your soul knows how to build your most inspired and beautiful divine life, as though if it were building an extraordinary temple for your spirit. Okay, it knows the foundations need to be prepared and the walls built before the windows, doors, and skylights can be installed, right? The roof may be absolutely one of a kind and incredible, but if you try to lay the roof before you built the walls, you're going to have problems, okay? That's why listening to the soul and trusting your inner guidance voice makes more sense than trying to accomplish everything straight away, okay? So that's what I was saying, this practical energy, these priorities that you've been able to demonstrate are very radiant and inspiring to others, and other people pick up on that energy, okay? So thank you so much, pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed your radiant reading. Okay, and next we will move on to pile number 4, okay? So if you chose pile number 4, you picked the raw emerald here, this nice hunk of emerald. I've meditated with this before, and it's on point, okay? So what are your most beautiful radiant qualities? Where do you shine so hard, and why? Ooh. Oh my, yeah. Ooh. Okay. Oh yeah. All right. Whoo, pile number 4. Again with the chills. I've got chills on every single one of these piles. So you guys are all some pretty, whoever's watching this, you guys are some pretty radiant beings, all right? So first, right away, okay, Starborn. I'm just going to say as well, with this cosmic heart and cosmic Christ here, there's a lot of people who talk about being in the lineage of Christ, or being in the lineage of like Mary Magdalene, etc., like being part of that spiritual family as of, I mean, we all come from that, right? If you agree that Jesus actually walked the earth and lived, but coming from that, but we're all part of that, but at the same time, you're special, and all of us are special, right? But you're special, pile number 4. You have Starborn number 21 here, okay? So this says, even the sun doesn't know it's a star, all right? You're a star, okay? And you're a visionary as well, too, here with this card. It says here, inventive, expansive, wise, insightful, enthusiastic, curious, courageous, philanthropic, imaginative, knowledgeable, conceptual, inspired, idealistic, benevolent, and humble. Okay. So you guys are visionaries, and with Starborn, I can definitely, like, you guys might resonate with your galactic family. You might literally be from the stars. You could just be a very unique and different and interesting person. This could be Aquarian energy. This could be Scorpio energy here. This could be Leo energy as well. Sun, moon, or rising. And so, or Venus, like Venus in Scorpio, right? So definitely feeling the visionary energy here, and this cosmic heart, cosmic Christ. This is like, we are all one. This is kind of the energy of the crown. Like, what are you bringing through spiritually? And then we'll get into some of your earthly gifts here as well. But what you're bringing in spiritually is the fact, that we're all one, and that we share the same cosmic heart, right? And that what we build together is, what we build in the world is actually what we've done in oneness with each other, whether it's on the astrals or in the physical. This is a very spiritual reading, by the way. This pile number 4 is very spiritual. Like what we build in the astrals, or what we build in other lifetimes or in other places, are manifesting in our world, right? And it's because we're all one, and we're all sharing the same need and want to evolve and push farther into our mastery, right? And so there is a part of your soul that is not a part, but a big part that is very much a seeker, and very much resonates with the idea that we are all one, and that we're all here to serve and be the light for ourselves and others, okay? So you could be very empathic too with this cosmic heart and feeling the emotions of others. This could be with the water here, this beautiful water, you could be a very empathic person, feeling the emotions of others, knowing that there's a cosmic heart where if we feel something from others, the reason we can feel it is because we have felt it ourselves, okay? And so it's the cosmic heart energy that's coming through. And speaking of feeling things, you guys are deep, deep feelers. With your 5 of water and your 4 of water here, we have the moon in Cancer and Mars in Scorpio. You guys go deep, 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 deep into the emotional side of life, okay? You're not afraid to go to the depths. You're not afraid to do the work emotionally. You're not afraid of grief and loss. You've experienced grief and loss. You almost go into a meditative state when you go into deep grief and loss. You are able to tap into the wisdom of why things happen, and you're able to hold your energy. And a lot of people will distract themselves, okay, when they are going through something challenging. And maybe you did that in the past. Like maybe you distracted yourself or tried to, do anything to basically lift the distraction, the emotional pain, right? But I get the feeling that that is not what you do anymore. Like, you have grown beyond that, and you are able to stand in the depths with people and be in their depth with them and hold space, right? Hold space. I'm also getting the energy of elimination. So you are able, elimination, like our reproductive organs and, you know, the things that we have to do as a human to eliminate every day. You guys are not, you know, you guys don't shy away from the taboo topics, and you understand that, you know, we take things in our body, we have to also get rid of things. And I'm definitely feeling a lot of energy right now in my sacral chakra. So you could be a very sexual person as well. And, you know, you are passionate with this Mars and Scorpio, and you might even be a little bit brooding, you know, but there's a quality about you that's just magnetic. Others look at that and they go, wow, you know, this person is very mysterious, and I just want to hear what they have to say. With this page of air here, it's like people want to hear what you have to say about their situations in life. They want to hear what your perspective, what your take is, okay? They want to share in your wisdom and be a part of that, because there's this part of you that has gone so deep with situations in your life here that you are, you know, more than able to go into this with other people as well too. And to, maybe you write, maybe you're a writer and you share some of what has happened with you, or and you're inspirational in the way that you share and the way that you help guide others through very challenging situations. I would say, like, this moon in Cancer, Mars and Scorpio could be like a therapist combination here too. Like, you are not afraid to sit with people in their depths and then provide advices and perspectives. And maybe you are a type of a writer, communicator, and you share things. Also, these situations that you've gone through in your life have made you a very expansive visionary, and you have Jupiter in your corner here, right? So you are optimistic, even though you understand that life isn't a happiness factory, and that not every 5 seconds that you walk around the corner is there going to be like magnificent, you know, choirs of angels singing. Like, sometimes you just have to, I mean, there is, but sometimes you just have to go through it. And you understand that you're a visionary. You can see that, you know, and Jupiter is the is a benefic planet that is in charge of blessings. Like, wherever Jupiter is in your chart, you receive abundant blessings there, right? So you do receive abundant blessings. And I love how she's sitting out on this edge and she's looking out and surveying the land. Like, your ability to envision and to be optimistic is so fucking vast. I'm sorry, I just swore. I haven't sworn in any of these readings, but for some reason that just came through. So you are indeed a visionary. Look at this guy here too with this rose. You might be like very romantic and very much like a person that like, you know, reads Shakespeare and can do quotes from Shakespeare, and just has this like Baroque kind of sensibility about you, this kind of like Gothic, you know, energy to you. And it could be very, very enchanting to people, okay? And with this here, new birth, guarded vigilantly here, like I said, you are not afraid to go to the depths in situations and come out, you know, victorious emotionally, right? So when you're in a space of healing and you're in a space of working through things, you are very kind and loving to yourself. You give back to yourself. You are able to like almost be like a gentle parent. If somebody were to fall and skin their knee, you're like, we're gonna go, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, you're gonna heal, right? There's this healing energy with this Christ energy too, like performing miracles, fixing the body, fixing the heart. Not fixing, more like healing, right? Healing the heart. Okay, so you've come through and out of many cycles in your life where you've had to reinvent yourself, you've had to birth yourself, you've had to learn new things, right? You've had to take in a lot of information and learn new things, and all of that has become part of your recipe for how you rise from the ashes when things are challenging, right? So other people are very inspired by that. With Jupiter, you can see the visionary being very inspired by your leadership in that realm, okay? And for the Starborn card, I'm going to read it, pieces of it here for you that I'm drawn to. So number 21, Starborn, okay? Okay. You have a strong spiritual connection with the universe. Oh, I said it. This reading is spiritual, right? This visionary with this Christ energy. Okay. Trust your intuition and your inner feelings about things, especially when your inner feelings is at odds with the appearance of something, right? Trust your feelings. Okay. Sometimes it's when it seems like the least is happening that the most important thing is actually taking place. You just can't see it yet, right? With this new birth, guarded vigilantly. Yeah, things are happening. With this moon in Cancer, is very meditative. You might feel like, oh man, nothing is happening, right? Like nothing is going anywhere, but it is. You have a special and deeply spiritual life purpose to fulfill. You cannot get there with logic and planning. Your spirit knows how to guide you, and the universe knows how to support you. Cosmic heart, cosmic Christ, okay? Follow your heart along your spiritual path, and it is going to lead you to your best, brightest, and most beautiful success. There's stardust in your soul. The earth loves you and you're meant to be here, but you may feel in your heart that you came from some other place. Human behavior may not always make sense to you, right? That's why this five of water here and this 4 of water, human behavior may not always make sense to you. It may sometimes seem unnecessarily cruel and selfish. As you let yourself fall deeper in love with the earth, enjoying the creativity and the beauty, you'll learn to hear the earth in your heart. You'll understand your purpose and why you chose to bring your starry-eyed soul to her as a human being in the life you are meant to be living, okay? So yeah, sometimes it's not, we don't always understand why people are so cruel, can be cruel and selfish, right? Although I feel like with the Page of Swords here, you have read up on this. You understand where people are coming from and why they're in that energy. But you know how to protect yourself and also have optimism and vision for the future. And you're totally blessed with this Starborn as well. So thank you, pile number 4. I hope you enjoyed your reading. You beautiful, radiant humans that are finding this video, know that all of you, no matter whatever pile you picked, are extremely radiant beings, and that you are being blessed by the cosmos. So thank you all so much. Have a beautiful and radiant day.